Tonight, as summer unofficially kicks off this weekend, it's shaping up to be a Memorial Day unlike any other. What you can and can't do for the long weekend. And for just the 6th time in more than a century and a half, Minnesota State Fair has been canceled. And more than a dozen jurisdictions in Wisconsin are filing a lawsuit challenging local stay-at-home orders.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. Memorial Day is a chance to honor our nation's veterans who gave all, but many also see the holiday weekend as a chance to kick off their summer travel season. This year, under the threat of a pandemic, most people's plans for the long weekend will look a lot different. As a reminder, the Boundary Waters is open to overnight campers. Most of Minnesota state parks are not. But starting today, the DNR is opening 75 remote state park campsites. More are expected to follow on June 1st. All Minnesota state parks are open for daytime visits. In Wisconsin, the DNR is extending its state park campground closures through June 7th, but they announced today that all state parks will now be open from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and some restrooms will reopen. So if you are still planning on hitting the road to take advantage of what is open, health experts have some advice for preventing the spread of COVID-19 along the way. CBS 3's Emma Quinn has more.
As Memorial Day weekend approaches, health officials are asking those who choose to travel to take precautions and only travel if necessary. Health officials suggest staying close to home this weekend to prevent any spread of contamination, advising everyone to wear a mask and use proper hand hygiene. A big recommendation if you're leaving home for the weekend is stocking up on supplies so you only take one trip to the store. But ultimately, they're asking everyone to stay home.
It really does help protect our vulnerable populations, and it's kind of a team approach. If we can all pitch in together, will really help slow down the spread and the adverse effects of COVID.
When going to the gas station or the store, you're asked to keep your distance from others. Northland healthcare officials are expecting to see an increase in travelers over the weekend. They're asking everyone to stay away from smaller communities so those healthcare systems don't get overwhelmed.
Thanks, Emma. Meanwhile, along the North Shore, Two Harbors is anticipating quite a few visitors this holiday weekend. Lake County Chamber of Commerce leaders know their town brings in tourists from around the region and beyond, especially over Memorial Day. Right now, the county only has one confirmed COVID-19 case, according to state data. So with Two Harbors having limited medical resources, they're urging travelers to practice social distancing and be mindful of others.
You know, the people are going to come. We know that, and it's our number one concern to make sure that we keep our locals safe and we keep each other safe. And I think that we've done a good job trying to make sure we're following those.
The businesses in Two Harbors all have safety guidelines in place to ensure the safety of all visitors and residents. Speaking of Memorial Day weekend, let's head on over to Dave for a quick look at the weather. Not too bad temperature-wise out there today.
No, but we did take a downward plunge for the temperatures. Yesterday, you know, places like Orrin International Falls crossed that 80-degree threshold. Today, everybody came up below it. But still, like you mentioned, 70 in Big Fort isn't so bad at all. 70 in Ely, that's worth an oofta. 68 Moose Lake, not so bad either. A hair cooler by the lake, 60 for Superior. So these are our top temps. And tomorrow, I think we'll push them up a little bit. I don't know if we're going to crack 80 again for a while, but they'll be a little bit warmer tomorrow than they are today. Rain chance comes around tonight from a trio of lows working towards us. That one down towards Nebraska may be the first to come calling. The other one towards Saskatchewan may back it up. And that means then for our forecast for the weekend, just lackadaisical rain chances really tonight through Saturday. 30 to 40% shot, but then Sunday and into Monday morning it picks up to a 60% chance, and that's when we may get the bulk of any accumulation, which I will show you coming up in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. New tonight at 6, starting tomorrow, Duluth will host one of 6 COVID-19 pop-up testing locations across Minnesota. The free test will be available at the Duluth Armory. You can stop by from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday through Monday or until the supplies run out. Minnesota National Guard members will help conduct the tests. The state says they have the capacity to test about 2,000 people each day. The Duluth site is the only one in our region. You can find the other locations on our website, cbs3duluth.com. For just the 6th time ever, this year's Minnesota State Fair has been canceled. The State Fair Board of Directors voted today, calling it the only decision they could make. It was scheduled for August 27th through Labor Day, but with uncertainties surrounding COVID-19 and with people's health in mind, they couldn't justify holding the event. They say planning for the Great Minnesota Get-Together takes an entire year, and doing the bulk of the work this summer during a pandemic would be impossible. The State Fair's general manager says it was a tough decision for everyone.
This is going to be tough on everybody, but we need to do this for the future. It's the right thing to do. We can't go forward and take this huge risk on a fair this year. We'd be putting a lot of people's health at risk, and we can't do that.
Many have already started setting their sights on the 2021 State Fair, which will take place August 26th through September 6th. And if you already had a ticket for this year, you can use it next year. And we mentioned this is only the 6th time the State Fair has been canceled in its 161-year history. It was not held in 1861 or 1862 because of the Civil War and the U.S.-Dakota War. In 1893, there was a scheduling conflict with the World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago. World War II travel restrictions prevented a fair in 1945, and in 1946, it was the polio pandemic that canceled the State Fair. A group of restaurant and bar owners in Carleton and St. Louis counties are making a plea to Minnesota's governor to let them open for business inside their buildings. Governor Tim Walz announced this week the next phase of the Stay Safe order. It allows for outdoor dining to begin on June 1st, with restaurants maintaining social distancing and seating no more than 50 people at a time. Many area restaurant and bar owners are frustrated with that decision, saying having an outdoor patio isn't an option for many, and they say it's not feasible.
For all these other little places that are closing and can't keep up or can't open because they don't have food or a patio, it's devastating.
We want to do this in a very smart and safe fashion, following the CDC's guidelines.
A coalition of bar owners is hosting a public meeting at the Powerhouse Bar parking lot in Proctor at 2 p.m. Wednesday to discuss options on how to reopen. Those hosting the meeting are asking people to social distance, bring your own chair, and wear a mask. Just a week after the Wisconsin Supreme Court struck down the state's Safer at Home order, a new federal lawsuit challenges local orders that have replaced it. The lawsuit argues the orders violate people's First Amendment rights, and it wants a federal judge to toss the orders. In total, 13 jurisdictions around the state are being sued. Mark Stevens has more.
The requirement in Scripture is that we gather together to worship. And it's not talking about gather spiritually, it's gather physically.
Pastor Dan Quakelar shut down his Friend of Sinners church before any government made him. But now he wants to reopen just like stores can.
Don't let retail go off and have all their fun and tell the church you can't abide by the same rules.
He's one of 17 people challenging local health orders across the state, restricting businesses, churches, and all aspects of life right now. Attorney Joe Voiland says these orders are wrong.
An order that universally tells everyone to stay home or everyone not to go to work, with the exceptions that health officer comes up with on his or her own, are invalid.
He's asking a federal judge to stop cities and counties from enforcing these orders while it sorts through whether they're even legal in the first place. Voiland says the state Supreme Court gives his case a leg up.
The people who are not infected or suspected of being infected do not fall within the authority of the health officers.
Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett says the city's health department is following the law, and he says if this lawsuit were to win, he's not sure how government would protect public health.
In fact, we're doing is wrong, then I think you have to question whether health departments anywhere have a right to exist.
A federal judge in Illinois ruled against a church which had filed a similar lawsuit earlier this month. The church is appealing, which is important because that decision would likely apply to similar cases in Wisconsin. An elderly Sawyer County woman died when her car collided with a semi. The crash happened Thursday morning at the intersection of County Highway W and State Highway 70 in the village of Winter. The Sawyer County Sheriff's Office says 95-year-old Beatrice Stoner allegedly failed to yield at the intersection and collided with the semi. Authorities say the 33-year-old semi driver was not injured. The crash is under investigation. Meanwhile, a Baudette man died in a Cootaching County motorcycle crash. It happened at 4:30 p.m. at the intersection of County Road 4 and Highway 11, about 50 miles west of International Falls. According to the Minnesota State Patrol, Stephen Million was headed west on Highway 11. Authorities say the 53-year-old was thrown off the motorcycle when he went into the ditch. Million was not wearing a helmet. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, a homeowner's worst nightmare. After historic flooding in Michigan, residents return to their now tattered and torn homes.
Normal high temp is 64, and even though it cooled down today, Duluth still made it to 66. A partial victory, perhaps. It will warm up a little bit for Saturday, but the chances for rain will go up as well. We'll talk about how long the rain chances will last coming up after this break.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 6 with Kristen Baki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3. Get your news on the go, the CBS 3 mobile app.
Like I said, this is a dipstick.
Dipstick.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. Seeing our friends and family up close and personal with video chat is wonderful these days. And it's even better if you look and feel your best. So how does Plexiderm perform to shrink the appearance of wrinkles, under eye bags, and fine lines on a video conversation?
It's amazing. My friends, my family, they can't believe it. They're all calling. There's been creams, there's been lotions, concealers. Nothing works like this.
When I tried Plexiderm the first time, my daughter said, "Oh, Dad, did you get a haircut?" And I said, "No, I didn't get a haircut. I tried this Plexiderm product out. Oh, you look so much younger." I said, "Oh, thank you."
We've created the best offer yet with our Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. We know you want to look and feel your best. So before you step in front of that video chat, Plexiderm your crow's feet, Plexiderm your fine lines, and Plexiderm your wrinkles and those pesky 11 lines between your eyes. And watch them visibly shrink from view in 10 minutes. Plexiderm works so well, makeup artists, celebrities in Hollywood, and even people across the country just like you feel years younger in minutes.
Oh my God. I can't believe I have no lines in my face. I'm like 20 years younger.
Yeah, this looks really good. All these lines are gone. Amazing. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I look amazing. It's like so full of myself.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Wow, is that really me?
The instant results are from silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles from view in minutes. And the effects last up to 10 hours. Yes, the science is incredible, but the results even better. So if under eye bags and wrinkles make you look tired and older, take action with the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Look incredible on your next video call and get up to 50% off the normal retail price. Plus, get free shipping. Visit Plexiderm.com or call the number on your screen.
It's, on the other side.
I saw that.
Rob Gronkowski and Venus Williams, two of the greatest athletes in the world. Confident, fearless. Right? Game on.
Rob, how are you feeling, buddy?
Fantastic. Then come and get it. Elite athletes.
Venus, my darling, how do you feel?
I can't feel my legs.
Epic challenges.
I love it.
Game on. Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS 3 Duluth.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS 3.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Here's a live look at the Virginia High Bridge over the Richelieu Pit here, and eyeing it up to see if the roads are getting wet up in that neck of the woods yet with our rain chance. Now it looks pretty dry there. Looks pretty dry across the region right now, but there is a 30% chance rain will arrive tonight. Bumps into a 40% chance for tomorrow and 60% shot for Sunday and Monday. We do need the rain, so hopefully a little bit pays off here, even though it is a holiday week. And sometimes we do just have to grin and bear it for the good of nature and everybody else. Right now at the airport, 63 degrees to report, 67% for the relative humidity, and an easterly southeasterly wind has slipped under the 10-mile-per-hour threshold. Right now it's at 9. Air pressure holding steady at 1,015 millibars, but with 3 low-pressure systems looming, barometer readings should go down and maybe not pick up again until Tuesday. Right now we have 73 in Watersmeet. That's where there's still a peak of sunshine, so it's warmer. 73 there. 68 Ironwood, only 56 Ashland, but 66 towards Hayward. 53 cooler by the lake for Superior. 66 Moose Lake. A lot of 60s for much of Minnesota here, down from the low 80s a lot of towns saw yesterday, but that's to blame on the cloud cover here. Temperatures will perk up a little bit, run a regime of 70s inland, 50s, 60s by the lake, and perhaps stay that way through Labor Day. Right now in our region with the Doppler map, the clouds are coming in from those 3 low-pressure systems, but except for this little activity going on near Lake of the Woods, nothing paying off for rain right now, although I do think there is a pretty decent chance we'll get at least something this weekend with these 3 low-pressure systems coming our way. This upper-level trough here down towards Nebraska may be the one that brings us the rain chance tonight and through tomorrow. Then the other one here towards Saskatchewan that's already occluded, backed up by another one a bit stationary right now near Idaho, could come in and keep that rain chance going Sunday into Monday. And it's going to be the Sunday-Monday chance that gives us most of the precipitation totals I think we'll see here by Monday afternoon. And for many of us, that could run about 1/4 to 1/2 an inch, with even higher totals once you get down towards the Hinckley region. They might manage an inch straight up. Well, here's what's coming up tonight for Minnesotans. Low temps as cool as 44 by the lake, as warm as 55 well inland. 30% rain chances coming across. And it will come across the border into Wisconsin and Michigan as well, where low temps there could go 49 to 56. Tomorrow, the rain chance nudges up to 40% with perhaps some thunderstorms, non-severe ones for Wisconsin, Michigan, and high 65 by the lake to 74 inland. Minnesota could be only the 50s by the lake, 60s up over the hill close to the lake, and then 70s farther inland. Warmer than today by a few degrees, and a 40% chance for showers and storms. And then the chance becomes 60% for Sunday and into a good portion of Monday as well. So Memorial Day itself may be punctuated by thunder, and it will go away, start to fade away by Tuesday. And then temperatures will perhaps spike at around 77 on Wednesday, Chris. And that's 77 here at the head of the lake. So inland, the 80s just might be back.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dave. Homeowners in Michigan are getting their first look at the damage left behind by major flooding earlier this week. This is just a small glimpse of the destruction left behind as heavy rains caused the Tittabawassee River to flood, breaking 2 dams and cresting at an all-time record of 35 feet. While the water levels were originally expected to be worse, the damage caused is catastrophic. James Felton is in Michigan and has the story.
My mom always said the joys of living on the river far outweigh the occasional minor inconveniences. And I think this is a little more than a minor inconvenience.
Meg Harding is one of thousands of mid-Michigan residents dealing with historic flooding that's taking place this week. Harding was able to return home after being forced to evacuate Tuesday. Harding tells us she wasn't ready to see what she saw inside.
It's wet. The floor's wet. There are worms on the floor. In fact, that's going to be my first job, is to pick up all the worms that are going around on the floor.
Harding says that people are already reaching out to help her try and pick up the pieces.
A church group is coming tomorrow to help us clean up. We probably have to do some painting. We have porcelain floors, which should clean up easily. They're used in swimming pools.
Even though the water has done a number on her house, Harding says she has no plans to move away from it. She believes the community she knows and loves will bounce back from this devastating blow.
I hope this helps other people to see how we manage in times of duress and times of tragedies. It's another part of the story of what's happening in Midland right now.
FEMA and the Army Corps of Engineers are assisting in cleanup efforts while the state is looking at whether the quality of the 100-year-old dams contributed to the devastation. Coming up in sports, a major loss to college hockey as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Kelly's in next.
For the news that impacts you most, turn to live local CBS 3.
Wake up with Austin and Jenna at 5 a.m. CBS 3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Hello, I'm Steve Little, owner of Bath Planet. I want to thank you for allowing us to serve you these last 2 decades. During this difficult time, our frontline employees are following all CDC guidelines to ensure the safety of both our customers and our employees. Our showroom is currently closed with a flexible reopen date. Our company is doing everything we can to keep our customers and employees safe during this time. Right now, we are offering 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 2 years on all of our products, so you can get the work done now and not have to pay for it until 2022. This offer goes through May 31st, so call us today or go online to book your appointment to take advantage of this amazing offer. As an added bonus, we will also give you a $25 gift card to a locally owned restaurant with every new appointment to show our support for other local businesses. On behalf of all of us here at Bath Planet, we look forward to serving you soon. Thank you.
As businesses reopen, it's important to support the shops, dealerships, and service providers who hire local workers and drive our economy.
I don't know anybody that works at Amazon, but I have friends and neighbors who work at local businesses.
And you can help. Spend your money here. Shop local when you shop online. Mini deliver or have curbside pickup.
And they're keeping things safe for you.
Remember this when you buy and support local. Invest in the Northland.
I'm Dr. Carolyn Phelps, licensed psychologist. In the wake of this pandemic, many of us are feeling over-challenged and overwhelmed. If you or someone you care about is struggling with anxiety, depression, or any other mental health problem, please know this: getting help matters. Mental health care is essential care, and it's still available. Simply contact a local mental health care provider yourself or ask someone you trust whom they'd recommend. Now more than ever, reach out for help.
For breaking stories that impact the Northland most, turn to CBS 3.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS 3.
Always on the go, but want to keep up with the day's news? Don't worry. Now we are wherever you are. Traveling? No problem. Stream wherever, whenever with live local CBS 3.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS 3.
Be smart. Be active. Be confident. Vision Pro Optical is here for you, specializing in eye exams, glasses, contacts, and billing your insurance. Serving the Northland for more than 30 years with you as our focus. Visit visionprooptical.com for hours and location details. Vision Pro Optical. Be and be seen.
Get your news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app.
Amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, athletic programs are going to have to make a lot of drastic decisions regarding the future of their sports. We've already seen it at the professional level and very much at the collegiate level as well. As of today, college hockey will pretty much no longer exist in the South, at least at the Division I level. If you're not a diehard college hockey fan, you may not even been familiar with Alabama Huntsville. Today, the university announced that it would be suspending the men's ice hockey program, citing financial difficulties amongst the COVID-19 pandemic. The Chargers were a member of the newly formed Western Collegiate Hockey Conference. The program was already facing a challenge geographically, being one of 3 WCHA teams that were outliers in terms of distance. The UND men's hockey team have faced the Chargers 4 times in the past. Both series have been in the past decade. So with that, the WCHA has 9 teams remaining in its conference. At least for now. Last year, 7 of the schools announced their intentions to leave the conference and join other conferences. That just leaves Alaska and Alaska Anchorage as the only teams without a college hockey conference. And sticking with college sports news, it looks like Division I athletes, that includes the University of Minnesota Duluth ice hockey programs, they'll have the ability to return to their sports on a voluntary basis. The approval applies to all Division I sports for voluntary athletic activities starting on June 1st. The Division I Council voted on the decision earlier this week. The NCAA is also extending the ability for teams to meet virtually through June 30th. The league added that schools are expected to make decisions based on the health, safety, and well-being of their student athletes and in compliance with local, state, and federal regulations. After a big night of racing last night, the Gondik Lost Speedway will be back at it again with another night of excitement for fans. Dan Ebert brought home the win in the main event last night, the Minnesota Modified Nationals. His second Mod Nationals feature victory. A total of 125 cars hit the track last night, including 15-year-old Jack Revord of Superior, who finished 6th in the WISSOTA Modified Division. At the first real sporting event in the Twin Ports area in over 2 months, last night's race drew a big crowd of eager fans. But the Speedway has established special guidelines for races. All attendees will be temperature scanned at the gate. Nobody above a 100.4 fever will be admitted. They will have a specific employee who will be sanitizing all portable bathrooms after each use. No groups of larger than 10 will be allowed, and concession stands will only be selling wrapped foods. All areas that could develop lines have been pre-marked in 6-foot increments. That's going to do it for sports for now. We'll have more here back at 10. For now, Kristen, I'll send it back to you at the desk.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, for the first time in 2 months, bars and restaurants in Michigan's UP are opening their doors for business. We made the drive east to see why some are opening and others are choosing to keep their doors closed. We'll also take a look at how bars that are operational are trying new things to follow social distancing guidelines and other health and safety regulations. A popular video game is now officially over the hill. Pac-Man turned the big 4-0 today. It debuted in a Tokyo arcade on May 22nd, 1980, and became a game changer in the video game world. It went on to become the most successful arcade game of all time. It led to all kinds of merchandise and became an icon of 1980s pop culture. Pac-Man's official website says it's one of the most recognized images on the planet, with 90% brand recognition around the world. That's pretty cool. Dave, how's the weather looking?
Well, it's looking grayer and grayer as low-pressure systems get closer and closer to our region, and they're going to deliver some rain. I can say that because they're going to be sticking around with these rain chances through Monday, although it's not going to seem like it at first. You know, right now, gray sky and not too much in the way of precipitation. But Saturday, we get a 40% chance. Tonight's is 30, and it's a 60% chance on Sunday, and a good chunk of Monday now. Could embed some thunderstorms in with the rain, but I don't think they'll become severe. High temperatures inland into the 70s, a little bit cooler by the lake, and then it dries up and clears up beginning on Tuesday.
All right, thanks, Dave. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 10.